Hello, it's Wednesday, the 5th of March. Enjoying some winter light. We indeed got some weather last night. A couple inches of snow, but it's really blowing. 65 mile plus, 65 mile an hour winds and plus throughout the night last night. It's still gusty this morning. Once again, still moving towards full recovery, doing much better. Welch's grape juice this morning. As well as water. Cheers. Well, folks, I need to start this one off with recognizing a local musician friend who finally succumbed to cancer. And thankfully, there has been some mention of him in the music news, postpunk.com. I know nothing in Pitchfork or anything like that, which I think is unfortunate because this man was one of Nebraska's innovators. Jeff Runnings passed away from the band For Against. This is one of their box sets. Jeff was a musical partner and friend. For Against can lay claim to being one of the early progenitors of what we call dream pop. He started about 1984 out of Lincoln, Nebraska. And the booklet from the box set. Jeff was the bass player, singer, primary songwriter of the band. And I like it when I can have not too much headroom. There we go. And kind of a mousy little guy. I always liked him. Good writer. Good. He was stoic on stage. In other words, like he didn't move around, but he had a large presence and a great voice and a distinct way of writing music. I have a lot of their music, not all of it, but I knew for years that Jeff was suffering from probably cancer. He wasn't saying nothing to nobody for the longest time. My memories of him are really quite good. There was controversy because of the crap with the singer in Digital Sex. Now, Digital Sex and For Against, we were contemporaries and we played shows together, and I have distinct memories of some of those shows realizing as they're happening what we were doing For Against as well as Digital Sex. There was nobody else like this in Nebraska. We were changing music locally, and I'm happy to say I'm including myself because it's part of it. It is part of it. See, look at that. Digital Sex and For Against were probably among the first bands to be taken serious regarding independent music internationally back in the 80s. Like Nebraska has a long history, period, of music and musical importance, but I was happy to be part of this chapter. And to get back to trying to talk about Jeff, Jeff had a dream pop and shoegaze. I mean, literally on the forefront of what became shoegaze, their sound. Very driving once they get going. One of my last memories of spending time with Jeff Runnings is he was working at Drastic Plastic um, downtown before it closed, record store. And I came in and he was ecstatic and he said, "You won't believe who was just here." And apparently I just missed, I'm going to have to do this. That was a bit much. I had just missed Budgie of Susie and the Banshees randomly coming into the store in town, not for a show, but for something unrelated. And Jeff was ecstatic, that he had got to meet Budgie and basically wait on him one-on-one in the store. I had just missed it. But it was a wonderful exchange with Jeff because we love that music. And if you don't know the music of For Against, I highly recommend it. I highly recommend this band. I think the people who put this out watch my channel. Am I right, Charles? Is that your name? If you happen to see this, what a loss. Rest in peace, Jeff. So I'm really enjoying. Yesterday was a regular day. I was up, so I have some music to show from in the evening, from laying in bed and going to sleep. Because it's just been revelation after revelation. But I actually played a record yesterday, Lush, Split. I love Mickey Berenier and Emma. I love them as people. And when Lush first came out, their first EP, it was interesting that it was shimmering and interesting, but also out of tune. But I could still hear that there's just something special going on there. So enjoyed the album, enjoyed that listen yesterday. I did. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm just reading the latest comment here. I'm just gonna go riff, as I keep saying. Music does get me through these times. I can't watch the news anymore as I just get pissed off about the moron in the White House and what he's planning for the country. Your ranting shows you're feeling better. Well, we're definitely on the same page, which is, these are very, very, very worse than a bad movie script dealing with the madness of Trump and all the lackeys and people just got their money in, dipping in the till, ruining lives of American people. No one, Congress. I mean, there's people. I guess there's people in Congress and shit trying to speak out, but it's not enough. So, what I wanted to show was, as I've been saying in these last couple of videos, I'm really appreciating the rabbit hole of my own record collection. And by that I'm talking about all the CDs that you don't see and the ones that are out of sight, out of mind, because my house is like a warehouse. It is, I've got music in every nook and cranny. So before I show what I played last night, I want to show some CDs from stacks that were sitting underneath the bed. I'm just so out of room. And it's like, what I'm sharing is the diversity of my taste and what I'm aware of. Over these years, I have obvious biases of taste and what I've been showing and have bought. But this is showing you that I'm aware of it all. I can say that. So here, let's start with this. Haven't played this forever, but Sweet Honey in the Rock, Still on the Journey, the 20th anniversary album. These women I cannot speak with great detail about them, but I think you can see by their look that these are strong black women representing our culture. They also come from a gospel background, that I also remember. I do enjoy this music, okay? Sweet Honey in the Rock. Here's one I'd forgotten about. When it came out, I really enjoyed this. It's a remix single. El DeBarge. My Heart Belongs to You. DeBarge. Right, people? You all know, right? And the music on this is brilliant. It's great. It smacks. Who produced this? Keith Crouch with El DeBarge. Chucky Booker. And this is back from the 90s. I like this. I know it. Played it a lot. What else do I have here? I have a CD single, a promo single of the super fast guitar player Michael Angelo Badio. No Boundaries. And this is from the 90s. I got a lot of stuff, obviously, from the past here, where I was 1994. And he's the guy that plays it's right here on the front, the double neck guitar. And he plays them simultaneously. And he's a wonderkind. It's like he can play two different parts at the same time, play two different songs at the same time. I got that. What else do I have here? Well, look at this. The Kinks. What is this? The Kinks. I have all kinds of stuff in my house. What is this? I'll have to play this. I don't know if this is an interview disc, because it says the Kinks Telltale. Oh, yes. Okay, there it is. An interview CD. I have all kinds of stuff in my collection, which I absolutely love. It. It's like sometimes you wish that you could like just be given free reign in a record store in their warehouse to just discover, and I'm able to do it at home here. That's what I've been doing. I have this. Whitney Houston. Run to You. So, promo single. Ain't nothing to really be said about Whitney Houston that is not already known. She was amazing. Maybe some of y'all didn't know that in her early days of making demos, she worked with Martin Beastie and members of the band Material. Here's another one that shows. I got the tunes. Natalie Cole. Take a look. You know, I was just saying that I'm not necessarily into this stuff, but it's like I'm always contradicting myself because I love these people, love this music, and when the moment is right, I love it. I got to see Natalie Cole live. Can't remember when it was. It was a privilege to be able to see her. Here's a CD single. I think this is from. It used to be the band called The Wedding Present, possibly. Then they changed to Cinerama. And this is a single called Lolo Brigida. This stuff here I'm just showing. Well, here's one I played the other day. Duke, Mask. This is soca. Very upbeat, celebratory black music. I think this is Jamaican. Produced by Eddie Grant. Okay. I just popped this on the other day and it was like all of a sudden I had a house party going on. It was really, really uplifting. Let me see if there's something I'm not going to bother to show because it's like, well, I just have all this stuff. And quick, okay. Look at this. I have the soundtrack to Buster. Now here's one I'm kind of okay. So see, this is like self-discovery. Back on my old job at Community Alliance as a mental health rehabilitation specialist, I wore a lot of different hats. I told you about the acting troupe that we actually took them on tour. We actually went up to Minnesota with our Stigma Busters fighting for dignity for mentally ill people. We actually did that, but I was also a DJ for a lot of dances and functions at the place, as well as weddings that would come my way as a result. And I had a big collection of CDs and cassettes that I used as a DJ that when I quit, I donated. Well, actually, long before I quit, I donated as I switched over to laptop. But I see here that I still have some of those original CDs from my DJ years. Look at this. Billy Ray Cyrus, Achy Breaky Heart. I have the promo single. I used to have to play this. I hated it. I loved to dance with the people. And I was real good at the dance step here, and we would get the line dances going. And it would bring so much joy to people, which is what's the most important thing. But look what's in my collection. Billy Ray Cyrus. And right after that, here's a couple more survivors. John Mellencamp. Now More Than Ever. I don't even know if this is a single or the whole album. So I've never liked John Mellencamp. I went and saw John Mellencamp live as part of my job. A client who I got permission for, because he was terminal. I can't say the man's name. I'd like to, but he was a wonderful individual in the community, but he was schizophrenic, and when he would get sick, he was dangerous. And Jack was on his dying days, and it wasn't so much John Mellencamp he wanted to see; it was Donovan. Donovan was the opening act, and I said I would be honored to take Jack to see Donovan because I want to see him too. But it was special. And we saw John Mellencamp together. Here's a promo, the kind of promos where you get, and it's just, this is back in the day when the music industry was raging with money. And here's one, a Summer Madness mix. And I love it. Das Effects, Yo-Yo, Kwame, Black Uhuru. This was useful to me as a DJ, but I also like this. This is so much fun for me. Here's one. I don't. Oh yes, I like this. I don't know whatever happened to these, if they ever blew up or not. But I think this is possibly Latino. Cooley live. Shake Her. Cooley. Promo single. I didn't play this as a DJ because nobody knew it, but I liked it. It's wow. This is like a dip into my past. And let me just look to see if there's a couple more here. Well, here's another one where 2 CD, the Spanish guitar, Golden Classics. It doesn't, on the back here it tells you, okay, performed by Manitas de Plata. I love classical guitar. This is nice. This is a 2 CD set. Double CD. And 2 more from that, and then I'll show what I listened to last night. Josh Wigham. I have to look this up. I think this is jazz. Hope. Yeah, with Niels Henning Orsted Peterson and Grady Tate. So much music. Hope. Josh Wigham. And then Eat Static. A CD single by Eat Static. Is that Mondo a Go-Go? Mondo a Go-Go. Drum and bass related, I hear, I'm pretty sure. And Ozric Tentacles, I think one of the guys from Ozric Tentacles is behind this. Eat Static. Cool. Cheers, people. You know, yesterday was because of Jeff's death. I was sad yesterday, in part. I made a comment on Facebook that what I'd said was, I don't know if Jeff is in the Nebraska Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but he should be. The folks who run the Hall of Fame here in Nebraska took note, the Semrads, and turns out that supposedly he was in the running for the next induction, supposedly. Should have been there already. I'm in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Nebraska, deservedly so. But on parallel, Jeff, I feel like he was like a partner in music, in just kicking Nebraska forward and into the modern world. Like I say, back in the early 80s when we were going, there were a few other bands like The Click and Pogrom. There was Matthew Sweet, but he had already skipped town. But most bands were still aping the 70s, and we were pushing shit forward. I know I'm the first, Digital Sex was the first band to introduce Nebraskans to The Cure and to U2 as far as playing them live. And then we were the go-to band for playing Joy Division and New Order. But even more so for Jeff, it's like they didn't play covers. You know, they started out, well, I don't know its total origins. Like they were 4 against 1 at first. And I don't know if they played covers to help them get their sound together. But they had an original sound from the very word go, as far as I know. Rest in peace, Jeff. Good to hear from you, Terry, down in Australia. Good to hear from all of you people. I want to go ahead and shout out Rebecca and Justin again, gave me this, but also sent me food and some supplies, some mailers. You people blow my mind. I'm so very thankful. So, yesterday I talked about Hiroki Okano on Innovative Communication. And I had mentioned that Kosei Yamamoto was on an album, so I remember now. I've got one of his. So I played this last night once again. This is just so wonderful. I'm glad, Terry, in Australia, that you're picking up on some of what I've been talking about. And that you say, in your words, you're spot on. I can't talk about music like this unless it's that good and that good to me. And this one, Eastward, by Kosei Yamamoto. Excuse me. Again, this is not so much meditative as it is flowing and beautiful. He plays saxophone. The oh man, this is so fucking good. Full band with guitar, bass, horns, but just beautiful, beautiful. Just highly recommended. Highly recommended. Kosai Yamamoto with his Bad Self. Here's one from more recent times. Moon June sending me music. This is from 2021. This is really good. I'm going to try to maybe play just a little bit of this. Stefan Thielen, Fractal Guitar 2. And, I love the graphics on this. He sent me Fractal Guitar number 1 as well. Yes, I knew it. Marcus Reuter is on here. David Torn is on here. Other names that maybe you would know: John Durant, Barry Cleveland, Andy Brugger. This shit is dope. And what it is, it's that modal. It's based on a modal ostinato type of approach where they just get a groove going, and then it's the layers and this was killer last night. Like I said, discovering absolute gold in the Nar Hills. I'm going to endeavor to let this. The first track on here is called Cosmic Krautrock, which is, again, just you're having fun with it. And I'm going to play enough that I don't want to get a copyright. It got cut off, but I'm starting up again. Really enjoyed this last night. There's a frippness to it, in a way. Robert Fripp is touchstone or touch point for this music. Really good. Here's one where I've always liked this guy, and I probably still have some albums. Canadian. And here's an example of a person whose words and his storytelling and the way that he talks about stuff catches my attention, and I vibe with it. Bruce Cockburn. And it's The Charity of Night. And the music is rurally and slightly country and bluegrassy because that's a reflection of his life. But the music is really killer. He's a very good guitar player. Third track on this is an instrumental. Wonderful. But Bruce is someone I love and respect. He had a hit for me, Lovers in a Dangerous Time. This was real good last night. Bruce Cockburn, if you don't know. I'll have to look and see what I still kept. I had a Bruce Cockburn collection for a while. Here's another one. Is this Cranky? No, I can't tell. It might be completely independent. No, it is. It's Cranky. Wendy and Carl. This one is called Depths. Wendy and Carl. Drony, ambient. Wonderful. I play, and lastly, I played some more Eberhard Weber, Pendulum. You can't go wrong with it. So I have to put these two videos together, edit them together, and then I'll put them up. People, I just don't know how to express more differently, but am just feeling so thankful about a lot of things. And I just want to appeal to the hearts and minds of all of us in this weird time that we're in, where my country is actually kissing the stinking ass of a murderous dictator, Vladimir Putin, and how weirdly things are changing in a bad way. There's nothing good coming from this Trump debacle. It hurts my soul. So I just have to appeal to all of us. We got to somehow let it be known. We don't let this go on. Get this scumbag, get these motherfuckers out of, if we can run them out of town. And it's just what sucks is that it ain't just Trump, but he is the epitome of what's wrong with people. The epitome. So that's what I got to say for now. You folks stay in touch with me. I'm looking around at stuff. It's like I could talk about music all day, as you know. But so part of what I plan to do today is, as I noticed that overflow under the bed, it's like there's probably titles on the CD shelves that could be switched out to reflect some stuff that I'd forgotten about that I love, and that I'll do that today. Might even get into the closet behind me here where there's at least another 1,000 CDs and about 500 or 600 more albums, a lot of it classical. I'm just out of room. Okay, I love you all. Take care.